I think the Queen's duty and her service, her tolerance, her commitment to others, I think that's all been incredibly important to me, and it's been a real sort of guiding example.
Royal gatherings are typically a spectacle of elegance and unity. However, there are times when they become the stage for drama that even the most experienced royal watchers fail to anticipate. Nothing short of extraordinary took place not too long ago. It has been reported that Prince William prevented Tom Parker Bowles, the son of Queen Camilla, from attending a prominent royal event. It was a courageous and unanticipated decision that left everyone in a state of shock. However, what truly captured everyone's attention was Camilla's response when she learnt the news. The occasion in question was a charity event that took place at Windsor Castle, which is widely regarded as one of the most important locations on the royal calendar. The event, which was meticulously planned and attended by senior royals, was intended to demonstrate the monarchy's dedication to philanthropy and public service. On the other hand, tensions were building up behind the scenes. According to those with knowledge of the situation, disagreements regarding the guest list had already caused some discomfort, with William showing a clear stance regarding Tom's presence. If you are familiar with Tom Parker Bowles, you will comprehend the reason why this decision caused eyebrows to be raised. Throughout his entire life, Tom, Camilla's eldest son from her first marriage, has maintained a certain degree of distance from royal life. In addition to being a successful food critic and author, he is someone who prefers the social circles of London to the protocols of the palace. William, however, placed importance on this distinction. William, who is well known for his meticulous protection of the monarchy's image, reportedly regarded Tom's presence as a distraction, a potential risk that could blur the lines between Camilla's personal life and the public duties of the royal family. Why did William choose to act in such a courageous manner? Did it have anything to do with personal tensions, royal protocol, or something more profound? To be more specific, what actions did Camilla take after discovering that her son had been blocked? It's possible that the response will leave you completely speechless. Every year, the pre-Christmas lunch that the royal family has is one of the events that receives the most attention during the holiday season. Before going off to celebrate Christmas in their own unique ways, it is a custom for the royal family to get together, smile for the cameras, and remind everyone of how close they are to one another. After having moved the gathering to Windsor Castle over the course of the previous couple of years, King Charles has made the decision to reinstate Buckingham Palace as the location of the event this year. An event for the family ought to be uncomplicated, but beneath the surface, tensions are bubbling away, despite the fact that the royal traditions and polished appearances are being maintained. For your information, there are rumors circulating that Prince William and Kate Middleton might not be present at this year's event. For those who are fans of the royal family, this is very exciting news. The Prince and Princess of Wales are frequently the center of attention, and their three children, George, Charlotte, and Louis, are the ones who endear themselves to family and friends during the holiday season. The real reason why they might choose to skip this time is that the dynamics within the family have been tense for many years, and a significant portion of the unease can be traced back to the complicated history that exists between Prince William and Queen Camilla's children. Well, that is all connected to the situation. In addition to Laura Lopes, Tom Parker Bowles. First, let's take a step back for a second and try to figure out how all of this began. It is common knowledge that the commencement of the relationship between King Charles and Camilla took place during a period of great anguish for Prince Harry and his brother William. During the year 2005, when Charles and Camilla finally tied the knot, it was more than just a marriage between two individuals. The coming together of two families that had been traveling very different roads was the result of this. Tom and Laura, Camilla's children, were unexpectedly adopted as step-siblings to the kings of England who would one day rule the country. However, things did not go according to plan, particularly in the beginning stages. The unimaginably tragic and public manner in which William and Harry had lost their mother, Princess Diana, was discussed in this article. During the time that Charles's affair with Camilla was making headlines, the entire world had witnessed Diana's suffering. William, who had a strong bond with his mother and was fiercely protective of her memory, felt that Camilla was a painful symbol for him. The addition of her children made the situation even more awkward than it already was. Prior to their mother's marriage to Charles, Tom Parker Bowles and Laura Lopes were not even a part of the royal family. Tom, a wealthy food critic and writer, was already living his own life in London's most prestigious social circles when he met his future wife. In spite of the fact that he claimed to be a member of the royal family, he maintained his own identity. Tom has, in point of fact, been very clear about this throughout the years. When he was younger, he once stated that he and Laura were not quite a part of the royal family, and that they were just the common children on the side. Tom did not become a member of the royal family all of a sudden because his mother married Charles. He did not spend Christmas at Sandringham, nor did he ever take on royal responsibilities. It was more to his liking to concentrate on his professional life and to live his life away from the public eye of the royal family. As an art curator, Laura, on the other hand, has created a more peaceful life for herself. Her goal was to avoid the media as much as possible while she was working on the establishment of an art gallery in London. As a result of her mother, she had the opportunity to occasionally come into contact with the royal world. However, she did not consider it to be a place where she found herself. Nevertheless, despite the fact that Tom and Laura maintained their distance from William and Harry, their relationships with them were not simple. Blame was at the center of the situation. It was reported that William had a difficult time forgiving Camilla for the pain that she had caused to his mother, and that this frustration sometimes manifested itself in how he treated Tom and Laura. It is said that William and Laura frequently fought with each other in the early days of their relationship. When Laura would respond to William's accusations that Camilla was to blame for his mother's suffering, she would say, "Your father totally ruined my life." The heated, emotional, and painful arguments were a reflection of the complicated feelings that everyone was struggling with at the time. There was a slight decrease in the level of tension over the course of time, but it never went away entirely. It is possible that William and Tom had a few courteous conversations over the course of their relationship, but they were never particularly close. Both of their lives were quite dissimilar. While William was being molded into a future king, he was surrounded by tradition, expectations, and scrutiny. While this was going on, Tom spent his time writing books about food and appearing on television shows. He had a much more liberated life. It was not necessary for him to adhere to royal regulations or be concerned about his public image in the same way that William was. Even so, the two men were able to coexist peacefully. They didn't spend much time together, but when they did, they dealt with each other in a respectful manner. On the other hand, William's unease with Tom increased over the course of time, particularly with regard to the media attention. More than almost anything else, William places a high value on his privacy. He witnessed the media tearing apart his mother's life, and as a result, he has made it his ultimate goal to shield his own family from the same kind of scrutiny that was directed towards his mother. The fact that Tom began making appearances in the media, whether it was to promote his cookbooks or to talk about his mother, did not sit well with William. The comments that Tom made earlier this year regarding the health of King Charles did not help the situation. Tom expressed his gratitude to his mother, Queen Camilla, for being a source of strength after the news that Charles had been diagnosed with cancer became public. On the surface, his remarks appeared to be innocuous and even supportive. However, for William, they served as a reminder of how easily circumstances pertaining to the family could become public fodder. Tom's casual approach to the media seemed risky to William, who has spent years carefully managing the public image of the monarchy. William has spent years doing this. Additionally, it brought back memories of other instances in which family secrets were revealed, as well as instances in which trust was broken. Trust is the most important thing in William's life, and he is very selective about the people he allows into his inner circle. This brings us back to the present day, where the plans for Christmas are already the subject of a great deal of speculation. The pre-Christmas lunch at Buckingham Palace is something that William and Kate may choose not to attend this year, according to many reports. At first glance, their reasons appear to be straightforward. With the intention of spending the holidays with their children, they might depart early for Anmer Hall, which is their residence in Norfolk. William has expressed in the past that he takes pleasure in spending Christmas in Norfolk because it affords him the opportunity to go for extended walks with the family dog and to take pleasure in silence and solitude away from the limelight. However, there is additionally more to the story for those who are familiar with the dynamics of the royal family. It is believed by those with knowledge of the situation that William's decision to skip the lunch is entirely related to the fact that Tom Parker Bowles was invited. William has, of course, refrained from making any public statements. Whenever it comes to matters concerning the family, he never does. However, his actions speak for themselves. Through his decision to absent himself from the event, William is subtly making a statement. When he thinks about inviting Tom, he feels as though he is crossing. The issue is not about harboring resentment. Protecting the monarchy and the privacy of his family is the focus of this matter. In spite of the fact that Tom might laugh off the rumors and brush aside any suggestion of tension, the reality is more complicated than that thought. When it comes to Queen Camilla, this circumstance is extremely personal. For many years, she has been a staunch supporter of King Charles and has worked hard to establish her position within the royal family. When her son is the subject of rumors and she is aware of William's feelings towards him, it is not likely to be an easy situation for her. After all, Camilla is a mother in addition to being a queen, and the roles that she plays in her life do not always coincide perfectly. Regarding William, he is currently concentrating on the bigger picture. He is well aware that the future of the monarchy is dependent on him, and he takes the responsibility of ensuring its success very seriously. A single Christmas lunch or a single individual is not the only thing that matters to him. Defining those boundaries and making it abundantly clear where he stands are both important. Every single one of these events is, of course, taking place behind closed doors, with the palace doing everything in its power to present a unified front. At the same time, however, the truth has a way of rising to the surface, and for those who follow the royal family, it is impossible to ignore the tension that exists between William and Camilla's family. At this Christmas, the carefully polished image of the royal family is beginning to show signs of cracking once again, and everyone's watching to see what happens next. Despite the fact that Tom takes a laid-back approach, his relationship with William has always been fraught with difficulties. For his entire life, William has been subjected to a great deal of pressure from the public. Because he is aware of how easily the monarchy's reputation can be damaged, he takes great care to protect it. When it comes to the media, Tom, on the other hand, has always experienced a greater sense of calm. William has occasionally been irritated by his occasional interviews in which he discusses his life, his mother, or his own career. These interviews have caused him to feel uncomfortable. Privacy is a sacred concept for William. Tom views it as nothing more than a normal part of life. Tom recently gave an interview in which he discussed the harsh treatment that the media has given to his family. It was in the late 1990s when he recalled how the press had pursued him at high speeds and yelled at his mother, Camilla, in an attempt to get a response from her. According to him, it was a barbaric and horrifying experience, and he explained that he had learned to count the number of paparazzi who were waiting at the gates to take photographs. However, despite the fact that it was a difficult situation for Tom, he admitted that William and Harry were in a much more difficult situation. Their mother, Princess Diana, passed away, and then they were harassed by the media for a number of years, which left deep scars on them. Tom stated that the ordeal that they went through was shocking, and he couldn't help but feel compassion for the princes when he thought about it. The relationship between Tom and William continues to be distant, despite the fact that they have reached this understanding. Tom makes the decision to stay out of William and Harry's problems and avoid getting involved. According to him, he has learned a long time ago that he should not get his fat fingers involved in their problems. Even though it is obvious that Tom is aware of the complicated dynamics within the royal family and chooses to maintain his distance from them, this does not mean that the tension does not exist. Annabelle Elliot, Camilla's sister, was also caught up in this silent family drama. She was caught up in the middle of it all. Annabelle worked as an interior designer for King Charles for 20 years, during which time she had the responsibility of managing projects across his estates and assisting in the modernization of properties such as the Duchy holiday cottages. Charles had complete faith in her, and she was compensated very well for the work that she did. The annual compensation she received for her services ranged anywhere from $25,000 to $106,000 over the course of her career. The situation, however, shifted when Prince William became the heir apparent to the Duchy of Cornwall after Charles became king. William, who is well known for his keen attention to efficiency and the modernization of operations, made the decision to reduce Annabelle's responsibilities. That it was not a reflection on her work was stated by sources. She was no longer required by the estate for any reason. As a result of the fact that the current staff had gained sufficient knowledge from her, William did not see the need to continue to employ her. It's possible that Annabelle experienced heartbreak as a result of this decision. After all, she had spent years cultivating a close working relationship with Charles and Camilla. William, on the other hand, saw it as merely another step in his process of asserting his leadership. The Duchy of Cornwall is not a modest estate by any means. The royal family derives a significant amount of wealth from it, and William is now in charge of managing every aspect of it. The decision to remove Annabelle from the payroll was not only a means of streamlining operations, but it also conveyed a clear message about William's position with Camilla's family. Concurrently, it sheds light on the manner in which William approaches his position as the heir apparent to the throne. He is resolute in his determination to establish boundaries, and he does not allow his feelings to influence his choices. Although William's decision to remove Annabelle was not motivated by personal feelings, it was a demonstration of how carefully he is managing the image and finances of the empire. While this is going on, Camilla, as she always is in a precarious situation. Tom and Laura are her children, and she is proud of the lives they have built for themselves. She loves them both. At the same time, she is aware that the responsibilities and expectations that come with her position as queen are clear to her. Camilla finds herself in an awkward situation whenever these kinds of moments occur, such as when William draws a line or makes a decision that has an impact on her family. She is attempting to maintain a balance between two different worlds, her love for her children and her loyalty to Charles and the crown. Nevertheless, things are reaching a boiling point once more this Christmas. It has been reported that Tom Parker Bowles will be attending his very first royal Christmas celebration this year. This might not appear to be a significant issue to someone who is just passing by. I mean, Tom is a member of the family, right? For William, however, the situation is more complicated. When Tom is invited to spend Christmas with the royal family, it brings up all of those old feelings and tensions that have not been resolved. The royal family has been subjected to an even greater level of scrutiny than usual, ever since the news that King Charles had been diagnosed with cancer became public. In the midst of such a challenging time, everyone's watching to see how they manage to cooperate with one another. In an effort to demonstrate his strength and unity, Charles desires to include everyone. Naturally, Camilla wants her son to have the experience of being included and welcomed. However, he is wary of thins. William's primary concern is to preserve the reputation of the family, while also maintaining order in the situation. He does not want to take the chance of Tom saying something to the media, even if it is just a harmless remark. When all is said and done, Tom has previously participated in interviews, and while he is careful not to stir up any drama, William is not one to embrace taking chances. Above all else, William places a high value on privacy, and he has spent years working towards the goal of providing his own family with a secure and private environment. There is a sense of danger associated with inviting Tom into the fold, and William does not wish to take that risk. In addition, there is the question of whether or not William and Kate will even show up to the Christmas gathering that the royal family is hosting. They have not disclosed their plans, but those with knowledge of the situation believe that they may completely forego it. On the surface, their justification appears to be obvious. It is possible that they will depart early in order to spend Christmas with their children at Anmer Hall, which is their home in Norfolk. William has always stated that he takes pleasure in the tranquility and peace that Norfolk provides during the off-season. He enjoys spending time away from the spotlight with George, Charlotte, and Louis, as well as going on long walks with their dog or spending time with them. However, those who are familiar with the dynamics of the royal family see more to the story. Choosing not to attend the Christmas gathering would be William's way of making a statement, particularly if Tom is present at the gathering. It is a form of non-verbal protest, a way for him to demonstrate his position without uttering a single word. Although William is not one to engage in public altercations, his actions frequently speak louder than his words. Tom, on the other hand, does not appear to be bothered by the rumors. He has never been ambiguous about the fact that he does not consider himself to be a member of the royal family. It is sufficient for him to be Camilla's son, and that is all he needs. His life and his career are his own, and he is content with the fact that they are his own. Nevertheless, even Tom is unable to deny the tension that continues to exist between him and William. Even though it is not overt, it is not loud, and it is courteous. Therefore, as the holiday of Christmas draws near, the royal family finds themselves once more in the public eye. In the eyes of the general public, they will present a united front and smile for the cameras. In private, however, it is difficult to ignore the cracks that are present. While Camilla will do everything in her power to bring her family together, William and Kate will quietly deliberate over whether or not they will participate in the celebration or remain at a distance. This serves as a timely reminder that even the royal family, with all of their wealth and titles, is still just that, a family. As a family, in this family, there are complicated relationships, old wounds, and tensions that are not spoken about. And even though they make an effort to conceal those struggles, the truth will eventually find its way out because it is inevitable. The question is, what will take place this Christmas? William and Kate are expected to be present at the gathering, or are they going to continue to reside in Norfolk with their children? Do you think Tom will ever feel like he belongs to the family? And will the gap that exists between him and William continue to exist? For the time being, all that we can do is wait and watch as this particular royal story continues to develop. Please make sure to click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave your feedback in the comments section below if you found this video to be an enjoyable experience. In addition, make sure that you enable notifications so that you are never unaware of any new information regarding the royal family. We are grateful that you watched, and we hope to see you again soon.